So, Namaskaram all. I am much privileged and blessed to be here with these wonderful speakers, co-speakers here. And yesterday we performed a little bit Kalari, and these knowledge comes from the Siddha tradition, from the Agastya and the 18 Siddhas. So, hope you heard about Siddhas. Anybody? Did you heard about Siddhas? Did you ever heard about Agastya? Agastya maybe, right? So I'll go for a very small paddle of one of the Siddhas. The Siddha's name is Shivavakyar Siddha. He says, Andathil ullade pindam, pindathil ullade andam. So these are some paddles from Shivavakyar about the connection between the physical body and the cosmos. Like Shivavakyar and Kudambai, there is another Siddhar also, Kudambai Siddhar. He also sang that Andathu Kappana Ganda Sudarinil Pindathul Parpayadi. That means the same meaning. So Shivavakyar and Kudambai and the 18 Siddhas have all sung about the intimate connection or equivalence of the microcosm and the macrocosm, or the superconsciousness and the self. There are a lot of interpretations about these paddles. Here I am trying to connect the idea with metallic perspective. One interesting way to look at this is to consider our own heartbeats. The beating of the heart is a reflection of our breathing process. Maybe you know, everybody knows. It is meant to send blood with oxygen throughout the body. Do you know why our heart beats? Anybody? Yes. So it tries to pump the blood. If you look more into the molecular level, we will find the heart is pumping our hemoglobin molecules. Am I right? So the molecular form of blood is Hema-B. If we look again into the atomic level of Hema-B molecule, its core is an iron atom or a ferrous core. So as we know, this iron is in the universe has been forged in the explosion of stars and collision of galaxies. The source of iron is from the entire cosmos. So we have this grand cosmic metal circulating in our body, reminding us of our metallic nature with every heartbeat. So the connection of our heart with the cosmos is a metal connection, first of all. And Sar was actually asking about the brotherhood. So in everyone, the same metal is pumping inside the iron. So we are all connected with iron, right? So in Siddha Sampradayam, it is very clear about the Siddha, maybe the Shiva Sampradayam converted into the Siddha Sampradayam. We have the Agastya and the 18 Siddhas as the famous group. But there are also 64 recognized Siddhas and even 9 Navanath Siddhas. They were not merely rishis or sannyasis or spiritual beings. They were also scientists, alchemists, metallurgists, physicians, surgeons, yogis and so on. They created a wealth of knowledge for the society and disseminated it through the paddles or songs. So when we talk about metallurgy and siddhas, the immediate curiosity is about the alchemy of creating gold. So people will eagerly ask, can we create gold from some metals, from silver? There are a lot of stories. So everyone asks, can we create gold? Like in the rest of the world, there were tremendous research and attempts to make gold. There is an interesting story about Karuvurar Siddhar, the architect of the great Tanjavur Brihadeshwara temple. A king had asked his goldsmith team to create a Nadaraja idol at Chidambaram based on a vision he had in underwater. He wanted to make it in 41 days. The craftsman thought that it was going to be a simple task. He gave them pure gold to do that. For 40 days they struggled, but the mold never settled and the idol cannot be completed. On the 40th day, Karuvurar Siddhar, the disciple of Bhogar, it is another Siddhar who consecrated the Palani temple, he came to his kingdom. Hearing about the struggle, he asked them to step outside and wait for an hour. After 1 hour, he presents the completed idol to them. They are stunned. Then king arrives at the dawn of 41st day and he sees the idol. He is happy but wants to test the purity of the gold. So finding that there is some copper added, he arrested Karuvurar and put him to jail. Then Bhogar and other Siddhar appear and tell the king about the mistake of arrest. They convinced him about the mystical powers of Karuvurar. When the king goes to the prison, he cannot see Karuvurar, who has made himself invisible. This is a story, but there are maybe actually. And king apologizes. Karuvurar then tells the king that gold was of no interest to him. To demonstrate, he asked him to bring some silver. With 1 pinch of special sinduram, he converts molten silver to pure gold. This story demonstrates the need of alloying gold as well as the mystical interest in transmutation of metal to gold. Now with all the technology advances today, we can indeed convert through nuclear processes with neutron smashing, only that it is not financially viable way to make gold, right? Otherwise we can easily try. One of the prominent Siddhar is Pambatti Siddhar. He sings Utta Kurudi Uyar Maringam. That means your basic component of your blood is iron. Okay. Unmai Kuralu Muraitha Chembu. That means your hair is copper. Chollu Melimbu Nal Iyamagum. Your lead. Your bone is lead. Chuttum Nyarambu Charigu Velli. Your nerves, no, these blood vessels are silver. Mattum Nal Mulai Tulangu Punam. Your brain is gold. Chollum Nilekkai Udal Kanigal Chernu Muppan Tunar Dadamabe. This is converted with in a salt form. These metals are converted into salt form. So this is a parallel by Pambatti Siddhar where how these metals are displayed in our human body is very much explained. So this clearly describes the identification of metals within the human body. These are found in salt form. The imbalance of metals was identified as the cause of many diseases. So the treatment was to rebalancing, and that had to done through consumable form of metals. This was the major research Siddhas undertook. How can iron be converted to a digestible format to treat blood-related issues? Even today we have iron supplements, right? They created medicines with metals in a much purified form. So the Siddhas are supposed to possess the Ashtama Siddhis like Anima, Garima, Prapti, Prakashi. Maybe you had heard about that. It is wrong to interpret that these are physical powers like transformation of the body into minuteness to huge size, or from huge size to the small size, as we had seen Hanuman becoming big and small. I always ask what will happen to his dress if he's coming like that. So it is the mental ability to investigate across the different scales of our world actually. They could study the tiny nanoscales as well as the local cosmic scale. So I have personal experience to producing this mercury. Mercury is very important in Siddha medicine. Maybe you know. So mercury, in my home yesterday I was talking with him. From Chayilium and other drugs, special preparation using big pots and with systematic process, we made Balarasam, mercury, and it is then used to different medicines after processing and preservations. So medicines like Siddha Magaradhvajam, yesterday I was talking about that. It's purely made up of mercury. So commonly used metals were gold, silver, mercury, iron, zinc and copper. It is commonly used in medicines. So a medicine based on metals is prepared through four stage of processes. First, there will be like a raw material. From we derive the basic principle, then there is a purification process, then the final medicine is prepared. These four stages we always follow. The raw materials can be a plant origin, maybe it is called as Mooligai Vaguppu. There are 11 subdivisions of Mooligais based on the part of the plant that is used, like root, bark, flowers, etc. Then the metal part is the Thattu Vaguppu, as it is the metal based preparation, Thattu Vaguppu. There are 220 varieties based on 11 metals. So metals are called Loham or Uloham. Then Kara Rasam, that is salt. Then Patanam, that metal salt. Then Uparasams. There are 120 Uparasams. Like that metal is prepared. So using the metal, they used to make chindurams, parpams, churnams, melug. These are the medicine. If somebody is having some problem with this brain, we use Tanga Sinduram or something like that. Gold. Maybe we can buy the gold leaves, right, for consumable. Yeah, like that. So, parpams and chindurams and meduga. In Siddha medicine, the process involves neat, vati and ketta. These are the basic processes we follow. Neat is ash production or sublimation, we can say. Vati is distillation. Ketta is transforming it to a target form, like that. Longer shelf life and easily absorption by the body were the main criteria. And you might be heard about Rasamani, the solidified mercury in normal temperature and said to have healing mystical powers. That is the basic thing that Siddhas used. It is always a wonder in Siddha treatment system. The Siddhas traveled extensively to get pure mercury from different sources actually. And there is another story about Siddhar Bhogar. He traveled to Rome, that Roma Rajya, and bringing back mercury from there. It was supposed to be very effective, so was guarded by demons, and he waits for the change of guards and steals the mercury, but get caught. He convinced them of the mystical powers by stopping the waves, the sea waves. There is a story. Seeing this, they let him go. So then Thattu Vaguppu, after that there is one more, that is animal origins. We called as Sivam Vaguppu. Like Puli Nagam is used for medicine preparation. Then hen, goat, different animals are used. And we should know that aluminium was known long back. It was called as Tuvari Mandam. Yeah, yes. It's just like completing. And I'll complete it because you can see these kind of metals are used in Ayurveda also, Charaga and Shushruta. Yeah. So Charaga specified actually Jihvanir Lekhana Yendram and Nabhi Kartana Yendra, and which is used to cut the umbilical cord in specific like metals. So the Siddhar models offer tremendous potential for further research actually into the hidden and forgotten knowledge system. At IKS Center of Kalari Paitu and Siddha tradition, we have begun a humble attempt to find out more from the vast ocean of knowledge that Siddhas created and left for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vikas. Yeah. Now we will take a few questions. We will continue the discussion and then next speaker, we will move to next speaker. Any question? Yeah, please.
Yeah.
What does Kaliyan mean?
Kaliyan.
Actually, Kaliyan is a historical drama. It is based on a man who was here in 15th century. His name is Kunjarakot Kali. So it's a historical drama actually.
Will you take another question, please?
Yeah.
Sir, you will discuss.
Right.
Mahesh, when you make this medicine, generally in allopathy, based on the age and weight, there is a quantity of medicine that is given to anybody.
Yeah.
So what kind of criteria you will use for a kid of 5 years age to 50 years?
We actually are not treating for the rogas. We are treating for the rogis only, right? So each and every patient is different. So in allopathy, if you have a fever, what will you give? Paracetamol, right? So in Siddha way, we have 8 kind of techniques, diagnosing techniques. We call it as Envagai Thiruvugal, 8 kind of techniques, which includes the Nadi Parvai, very effective Nadi Parvai, where we can judge each and every man, each and every patient, and we can maybe one medicine will not work for all. So the controversies come actually for some metals are used in medicine, and there are a lot of controversies that about the metal consumption, kidney issues, poisoning effect, and all it is coming. So we should keep in mind that the couple of centuries back, this was only treatment system in Tamil Nadu. The entire population should have disappeared. So the minute quantities we should give patient by patient. We have to change that. That's the thing. We are not treating the roga. We are treating the patient only. Right?
Next question. Any?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Lead. Yeah.
If you allow me,
Yeah.
with your permission,
Yes,
can I
yes.
add something?
Yeah, please. Yes.
In fact, in India, Indian system, medicine system, we have got a Siddha and Ayurveda. Ayurveda, the texts all are in Sanskrit. So Ayurvedam में अगर आप बात करते हैं, only Sanskrit based रहता है सब में. Siddha is purely Tamil medicine. आप जितनी भी बातें कर रहे थे वो तमिल है. तो बात वो जितनी पाड़ल बोलते हैं तमिल में सांग टाइप पे है. This 18 सिद्धर्स थे. There were 18 siddhas. Even Patanjali was one of the siddha. अगस्त्य मुनि से चालू कर पतंजलि और 18 सिद्धर थे. इनका their contribution is combined together called as a Siddha medicine. They use somewhere around 1,000 herbs actually. Ayurveda, because it is an extension all over in Bharat, it has more than 3,500 herbs and all uses. But Siddha treats certain particular ailments which no one can treat. One is a psoriasis. Yep. I think well know psoriasis is only the solution for psoriasis available only Siddha. Siddha is entirely, that is the pariksha, even Ayurveda they have got Ashta Pariksha Vidya, they have got Inbari.
Yeah.
So there, the particular they use it and they help out people. Siddha is entirely different type of a ball game. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Venkat. So, yeah, please, okay.
Since Sir is talking about a lot of herbs are being used, probably were used by the forefathers.
Yeah.
How many of them are available and what are the ways to preserve them actually? That is something which is...
Actually, Siddha medicine system is very much there. It is in the curriculum. We have Siddha medical colleges in Tamil Nadu, where these researches are happening, but not much. It is very much limited. I personally feel it is very much limited. But this knowledge is with a lot of Vaidyas, which is not have degrees. So we had to travel and take the wisdom from them. So the kind of medicines, there are a lot of medicines actually. Basically there are three kinds I already mentioned. That neat, that is like water like distillation process, and a kit like gulikas. Lot of medicines, and each medicine for each rogis will give the anupanam. You always say anupanam is different. So if somebody is, we can give in honey, maybe somebody it will take in milk. So the kind of patients and the medicine is different. That this thing. Anyway, we have to do a lot of work on that. Yes, it's available. Herbs are there in actually.
So last question from Professor.
Yeah.
Dr. Mahesh, I think Siddha is part of Ayush. Am I right, or you may correct? It's part of Ayush. So, no?
Yes, yes. Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha.
Ayush may, yes. Ayush may.
Swaripa is there. Eska Swaripa hai.
No, Ayush is got a, Siddha is very important. National Institute
So
of
if it is
Siddha
there,
Medicine.
why the colleges are not there and so on?
Colleges are there.
Colleges
Yeah,
are
but
Yeah. Mostly in Tamil Nadu and
but the knowledge he says is more with the Siddha rather than with the medical college.
In Tamil Nadu, there's extensively used many people like they people many.
They go for Siddha medicine. In Madras, in Chennai, there is a National Institute of Siddha Medicine is there, at par with the IIMs.
Thank you for your nice decision. Now I would like to request second panelist member, Professor G.V.S. Safri sir, to please continue.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mahesh.